In this video, I'm going to talk about the 4 ways that you can improve your life right now. So the first tip is to be impeccable with your word. Whatever you say can impact a person forever. An example of this we saw a short time ago with the famous Will Smith Chris Rock slap. I'm not going to give an opinion, but Chris Rock got paid to joke around, and he had his jokes ready, did his job like he thought he was doing, but maybe he did not know of the sickness, or maybe he did not know of the suffering or the backstory that the person he was talking to had gone through, and that caused the whole problem. And so that's why I think it's important after reading this book to really watch your words, because they can be negative, they can hurt people, but they can also create something good for people to watch and get help. His second point could also be related to the Will Smith accident. He says not to take anything personal. This happens a lot to me, and I'm sure it happens to you as well, that you hear things, you're walking on the street, you see someone looking at you, and we tend to take those things personal when we shouldn't. If, for example, someone says that studying finance in college is the dumbest thing someone could do, you should not take that personal. Even though that might be an ignorant comment, that's the perspective and the point of view of that person, and you shouldn't let that affect you. Because if you take something personal, you're only gonna get angry, you're only gonna resent that person, and it's gonna bring other negative emotions. So you're better off not taking anything personal, not caring what other people think, and just being yourself. Now, the third one is one of my favorites. He says not to make assumptions. I can't tell you how many times I've made an assumption, gotten mad with a person, and then I don't say anything until I explode because of whatever reason. When I voice that assumption, it turned out to be completely wrong. Just ask a question, ask the person, and keep asking until your assumption is proven incorrect or correct. And this is what Miguel Ruiz, the author of this book, says, to not make assumptions, because you're gonna drive yourself crazy, you're gonna feel negative emotions, anger, jealousy, that are never good. And even though it's easier said than done, you should never make assumptions. The last advice he gives is to always do your best. And now it's important to keep in mind that your best is different every day. If you're sick, your best is not gonna be as good as when you're fully rested, fully energized, fully motivated. If one day you weren't as productive as you would have wanted, it's okay as long as you did your best, the best you could. We're not always 100% physically, we're not always 100% emotionally. So it's important to just do your best and to measure yourself against what you were the day before. We tend to compare ourselves with other people, other influencers, other professionals in our jobs. You're in a competition with yourself. Make sure you're better than you were the day before, and to stop worrying about the past and the future. I find myself a lot of times worrying about the future, whether I'm gonna be successful, whether I'm gonna make it. At the end of the day, all we can do is focus on the present, do our best in the present, and that way we're improving our chances of being successful in the future.
Screw it.
I definitely recommend giving this book a read, because obviously I can't capture everything this book has to say in a 5-minute video. If you like this video, please drop a like, subscribe. We drop videos every Wednesday at 5 p.m. about personal finance, self-development, and many other topics. So hopefully I'll see you next Wednesday and many more times after that. Peace.